Welcome all to the live session on PlanXcel. We all know that Excel is universal, and then we are using Excel left and right, especially in the project controls as well as in project management. Whenever we want to use full data, we are using sophisticated softwares. But apart from that, for daily routine and daily activities, we may have to rely on Excel. So with PlanXcel, we are trying to have a bridge in which we are supercharging the Excel specific for the requirements of project controls and project management. We thought of bringing Excel into the picture as it is native, and then we are well known about its functions and the formulas and how versatile it is. So if you are able to customize and streamline the facilities what we have in Excel, then it becomes itself a very sophisticated tool itself. So that's why we built Plan Excel. So it is a native add-in of Excel, and it has a seamless integration with Excel itself. That means once it is installed, it will be available right in your Excel workbooks as one ribbon menu. And you can convert all your raw data from your schedules of physics or MSP uh, about after bringing into to Excel, and then we can analyze it, we can format it, and then we can take out all the required informations out of it. Then we can be using using extensively the facilities what we have in Excel in terms of charts and as well as the for the dashboards, like using the slices and using the data model, the Power Query. So all these things will be brought into function using the PlanXcel tool. So what you can expect in PlanXcel is that it is specifically built for project control. So you can have dynamic Gantt charts. We can have plan, actual, and forecast for quantitative performance monitoring. We can have S-curves and histograms for getting to know about the resource requirements as well as the way the project is moving. And then we can have our behind schedule analysis in detail, which will help us in creating our claims at a later stages, as well as to defend the positions what we have in the project in front of the clients in weekly meetings or whenever we want to have decisions to be taken on the actions, what needs to be done to get the project back on track. Behind schedule analysis will be a very useful tool. Then it has a simple integration with P6 and MSP, where you can simply copy and paste the information from P6 or the MSP, and then we can get all the required analysis and all the functions and all the other information what we require to take out from the projects can be easily made. And it has some beautiful dashboard facility, in which once you analyze and then you create your dashboards. And once you have an update, it is a simple matter of clicks to for the first sheet to get the latest status on the projects or whatever you want to see. Uh, just like what I said, it is giving a bridge between our existing softwares, since we will not be able to create everything right from the scratch in Excel. We always rely on the planning softwares. We have schedules already predefined, and our primary aim is to get out the informations what we have as huge data in pieces or MSP into actionable insights where in which we can take directly actions. So it will act as a bridge, and we'll just for info as a disclaimer also would like to say that PlanXcel is not a scheduling software. So don't expect to have scheduling features like defining relations and then creating critical paths. No, this is not meant for it. This is only to have an analysis on your existing software, existing schedule, and to have more insights on how things are getting happening. So in the dashboards, we can expect to see live in terms of the column charts or in terms of the resource requirements, S-curves, tabular data, all these things we'll be able to see. Even the dynamic progress reports also will be able to produce using the dashboard facility. So in this live demo session, we will be running through all from the scratch until a majority of the points will be covering. So we'll be creating templates, we'll be creating Gantt charts, then we'll be creating some WPS structures. We'll see quantitative distributions, we'll see actual forecast and how the budgeting and then the forecasting can be done. We'll see dashboards, how SQLs are getting created, how can we do behind schedule analysis, and what is the gain requirements of the project. And we'll also see some live demo of how we can bring the information from P6 directly to PlanXcel, how we will reconstruct the whole WPS, how we'll do the analysis, and how will we do the dynamic progress reports and S-curves. Once the PlanXcel add-in is installed, you can see a new ribbon appearing on top of the Excel workbooks. So this will give us all the facilities and features. This will give us the access to all the facilities and features available in PlanXcel. So for working with PlanXcel, either we can start from scratch by creating a template, or you can bring it the information from your planning softwares like Microsoft Projects or Primavera P6, and then we can just copy and paste into a new Excel file and then start creating from there. So in this example, in this sessions, we'll run through both the options. First, let's start with something from the scratch by building a schedule or building a Gantt chart with the informations what we already have. So in this session, we will try to create something from the scratch. So for the template creations, you have to go for the new load. So you have some available templates which is predefined. You can use this, or you can start creating your own from the available defined columns. So there are so many defined columns, and based on your requirements, you can add them. This can be added later also using the edit template option. So these are the minimum columns what is required, which is an ID, title, start and finish dates, and along with the activity type. In addition to these defined columns, we can have additional columns for adding info to your scheduled activities. This can be added by selecting the number of columns you want. So let's start with the basic one. So this has created the template for us. One thing it has to make sure that whenever you are to rename the sheets, currently the default name is L3 plan. If you want to rename the sheets, you have to use the rename sheets function, because why it is very important is that along with the template, once it is created, there is two more sheets which is created uh, along with the template. One is the RPT, this is for your report template, and there is one more which is hidden, which is the L3 OPT sheet. So this is a sheet where in which all your settings and preferences are saved. So without that, this template will not work. So always make sure to use this rename sheets to rename your sheet names. So now we have the template. So which is starting with the columns what we have requested, along with the calendar. So the default calendar is a monthly calendar. We can change the calendar by going into our settings and calendars. Then you can change from the month. We have different durations, and based on the durations what you want, you can change. And this can be done at any point of time. And depending upon your calendars, your Gantt charts or distribution all get aligned. So we'll see with the monthly calendars first. So for the sake of time, I will bring some pre-set information. I'm bringing it here. So in this, I have few WPS, few activities, some milestones, and two WPS I have defined it here under a main parent WPS. So first, let's start with a Gantt chart. You can go to PlanXcel and then click on the Gantt chart. So as of now, we are not defined what is a WPS. We are just defining only the list of activities. So we will be converting all of this to WPS into a formatted schedule. So you can say based on the dates what you have given, it has drawn a bar based on the calendar, the monthly calendar what we had. Now, in order to convert to WPS, we follow the same principle or the same similar same method of the uh, Microsoft projects, where in which we can go for one level down. So immediately, PlanXcel will look for all the required columns. It identified that there are two more columns which is required to use this function. One is the parent ID and the WPS level, and it is asking to include it automatically. So if you click on yes, it will add the two columns. Now we can again use the same function. Now you can see it is immediately created one WPS. So in the activity type, it is class summary, and then first all is activities, and then to finish milestones. We can similarly we can create for this WPS as well, and in this WPS. So now we have created a proper WPS based schedule. And if you run the Gantt chart now, you'll be seeing only the Gantt chart or the bars related to the activities and the finish milestones. We can bring in the bars for the WPS by going into our bars. We have the WPS already predefined. Only thing is that the size is required, which will show the bars in the Gantt chart. If you are not giving any size, it will not be shown. So for example, this plan is already defined, but size is not there. That's why it is not. So again, going back to Gantt chart will give us the WPS bars as well. Now, if you want to have a comparison between the planned dates and these current dates, we can do that using PlanXcel with the facility by bringing the plan start and plan finish columns. So the columns are there. Let me bring in code related to the plan dates. Now I can run the summaries by updating the WPS. So this is my summaries now updated. I can go to the bars and then request to show the bars related to the plan dates. Can go for Gantt chart again. You can see now the bars have been displayed now. So you can see an immediate comparison visually between the plan dates and in the current dates. So you can see there is a already shift of activities for the WPS2, and in WPS1 there is we have brought forward items. As I said earlier, we can again change the calendars. You can set it to weekly calendars. You can change the format of the dates, what is to be displayed. Apply changes. So will immediately change the calendar. Close it. Run the Gantt chart again. Which will give you the Gantt chart in the weekly calendars. So let's take it back to the monthly calendar for further analysis.